You see, I've got an iron Dutch oven here, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to it's going to actually cook over the heat for about 20 minutes in this iron Dutch oven. So I spray it good. Once I've got a generous coating there, I'm going to cook these over a medium-high heat. If I've got heat, I have heat. And then you just take and lay them right in this Dutch oven here. And you want to turn them every so often just so that we're sure that we don't just burn them down to the bottom. We want to brown them, but you need to turn them on a pretty regular basis so that we get them cooked all the way through and yet we don't burn them on the outside. So those are ready. We're going to let those go for just a little bit. Joy, why are peanuts so good and good for you?
Well, peanuts are very nutritious. They're packed full of protein, and they're also a good source of folate, folic acid, which helps in preventing prenatal birth defects. Also, peanuts and peanut butter are great at reducing your risk of heart disease, also certain types of cancer.
Got resveratrol in them, just a lot of good things in peanuts.
You know, also, if you eat peanuts in the afternoon, let's say about 4 o'clock, just a handful of peanuts, then at supper time, you won't feel as hungry, so you won't eat as much, so you'll actually be able to lose weight.
It's called satiety. Means you're satisfied.
That's right.
You know, I knew that big word.
I did know that.
Yeah, satiety. Actually, there's a study on obesity in children. They found that children that are given peanut butter as a snack, especially as a dip for things like vegetables and all, will eat more of their vegetables and they tend to be less overweight. So a lot of good news about peanuts. As I said, how could we have a better job than promoting something like that? So now, while I'm talking about how good they are, that is 1 cup of powdered sugar. I'm going to talk about how good they are, and we're going to remember that good things aren't bad for you. They can't be. You just eat them in moderation. That's a cup of peanut butter. Before I get through here, I'm going to have mixed this powdered sugar into this peanut butter and made a dough. And not like any of y'all ever see the Sound of Music. Do, female, I'll keep my day job.
That's right.
This is a different kind of dough. We're going to make a little dough out of this by mixing this powdered sugar in. I told you I was going to tell you the story about these. That's better. I was doing a show in Atlanta, and there was a company called Cherries Divine across the aisle from us. And so I got talking with the guy, and I said, you need to do a peanut butter covered, chocolate covered cherry. These are all handmade cherries that he was doing, and really it was good. They were buttercream, and they were a nice product. But he didn't have anything that had peanuts or peanut butter, and I told him he needed to go home and do it. And he went home and tried that night, and I'll have to say it wasn't his best effort. He needed to stick with the buttercream. So I went on, I decided it was a good time for me to go to the test kitchen and try and figure out whether I could take and do this or not. So I went to the test kitchen and I worked a little bit until I had something that I was happy with, and it's a peanut butter robed and then chocolate covered maraschino cherry. Joy, what you got going on over there?
Well, the next snack that is really easy for kids to make is a new version, a different twist to the regular peanut butter and jelly sandwich. This is peanut butter and jelly roll-ups. And that looks good over there.
Ooh.
Yeah, but the peanut butter and jelly roll-ups, again, you use a tortilla with that. You can use whole wheat or flour. And to make those, you add in 3 ounces of cream cheese, and mix that with either, again, you can use your choice, blackberry, strawberry, any type of preserve you like. We're going to use the blackberry for this. And you want to use around a 1/2 cup. But for today, I'm just going to be like Dawn and not really measure and this and stir this up. I mean, you can look and see if you need to adjust and add a little bit more cream cheese or a little bit more of the preserves. Now after you have that mixed up good, then on the tortilla, you'll need to spread some peanut butter on there. Now for this one, you want to make sure that you don't go all the way to the edge of the tortilla shell. You'll need to leave about a 1/2 inch border. And you want to make sure that you spread this as thin as possible, because when you roll it up, if you've got it too thick, then everything will come out the sides and all. Alright, when you have your peanut butter on there, you can just add just a little bit of the preserved cream cheese mixture and spread that on there.
We'll see some magic.
I didn't get it.
It's magic.
Oh, it's called a magnet in there.
Oh, that's it, magnet. That's it, not magic, magnet. It's got magnet in the pot holder.
Well, after you have the preserves spread on there, you basically just roll up here, and then it's always good to, after you have it rolled up, is to, I mean, you could eat it right then just like this, but you can also wrap it in saran wrap and put it in the refrigerator for a few hours or even overnight if you was making these for a birthday party or something the next day. And then when you take it out of the refrigerator the next day, you actually just cut it up, and then you have little roll-ups, so like is on display down there. And if you want it to get even more creative, you can even dip these in the melted chocolate and have another snack too. So again, the options are endless on that. Just a good, easy snack, a new twist to the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and one that you can make a few of these and have several of these roll-ups if you have a kid's party. So very good, nutritious snack.
You think we ought to start some cherries now?
I think so.
Well, what you do, you take a little ball of this dough that I've got right here. And you see it makes just a nice little ball, and then you flatten it out. And you take that cherry and set it right on top, and then you just kind of work this up around the cherry. And what I do is I try and work all my cherries first and let them just sit just a little bit. And then we'll dip them. I've got, what I have is actually a chocolate melter, but you can use a little small, like crock pot. If you've ever seen little bitty small crock pots, you can use a small crock pot to do it. Put Candy Quick or almond bark in it, just melt it. And then we're going to dip these in that in a minute and put them in these little paper muffin cups right there. And I think, what have we forgotten, Joey? Go home and buy a jar of peanuts, peanut butter, whatever tonight, candy. Help a farmer. They're struggling right now. They can't get out to harvest their crops, so they're just wandering around trying to figure out what to do with it raining like it is right now. Get out there and buy some peanuts and peanut butter and help them out. It's been our pleasure to be here today. We do have some samples. Like I said, we got recipes and things that you can take with you. Appreciate you coming and being here for the show.